Webster defines it as an immoral act considered to be a transgression against divine law. But what does that mean exactly?
Well, since today is Throwback Thursday, we're going to throw it back to the Scarlet Letter.
The Puritans believed that they had entered an agreement with God, and they all had to behave correctly.
They had left the old world because they wanted to purify their church. The path of righteousness was very narrow, and punishments for sin were often harsh.
We saw this in the opening scenes of the Scarlet Letter, where the good women were judging Hester upon her arrival at the scaffold.
They mentioned how they should have branded her head or perhaps even executed her. In Puritan society, we saw witchcraft, devil-worshipping, adultery, and blasphemy as sins many were persecuted for.
Almost 400 years later, we have our own downfalls of our own era. But how would Hester's story be different if she was a woman in the 21st century?
We read the book, we know the plot. Hester has a love affair with Reverend Dimsdale while she's married to the scholar Chillingworth. Her husband comes to find her upon the scaffold with a baby in tow.
The baby, whose father's identity is kept a secret. Chillingworth promises revenge and goes on a hunt to discover the holder of the secret A. But today, no one walks around with embroidered letters on her chest.
A modern-day Hester might be Bill Clinton and the Reverend Monica Lewinsky. We now go to our interview with Monica herself.
Monica Lewinsky, famous for one of the most popular modern-day scandals. I had an affair with the President Bill Clinton, and just like Hester, I was shunned by my act of adultery. I'm like Dimsdale, I guess. I mean, I did keep it a secret, but who wouldn't? He was one of the most influential men of the century. Eventually, all push came to shove, and we all confessed. I mean, we had to.
Some affairs are kept quiet, while others were exposed to the world. This leads us to our discussion. Look down at your popsicle sticks. You'll see one of 4 modern-day sins, the downfall of our society. But what's different? How would Hester be treated if she committed these sins? How would her story be different in the 21st century? Do we all have our own A's? And is the majority of our generation, Hester, where you wear your own sins proudly, or Dimsdale, where you hold it in?